in less volume because echo and stuff like that. And right here. Cool. Just want to make sure everything is live in action, baby. What's happening? B.o.P Gaming episode 58. It's good to see y'all.
Sorry we're late.
Mega late. That's the first thing. Not even a hey.
Sorry we're late.
Yes, I had to attend my son's game, and I'm just gonna say they won, which is fantastic.
That's good. That's good.
The dad mode was in effect, so I do apologize, y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Let us know how we did or how are we doing. Want to give you news, rants, and IOOs to you, boots on the ground type of news. Nothing too gimmicky. We usually say what we're playing, what we play, but we're gonna go ahead and skip that because there's a lot of news. We were MIA last week, and I do want to mention you guys. Next week we'll be MIA 2, taking a little vacay, a little personal, because a lot of things happening, kids, school, all that, parent-teacher conference, whatever. It's all happening. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go next week, but we will still be active on Twitter. So make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. We're very, very much active. A lot of things happening and kind of irritated me when it came to this Sony deal that happened and the class action. I'm gonna save that. So
but first
we're gonna talk about Gamescom,
which just happened today, and I totally, honestly forgot about it. I will be 100%. I totally forgot it was happening.
Like I felt like it was something that they were planning on doing. I'm like, oh, they're just gonna announce stuff and call it a day at another date. I didn't think it was a 2-hour plus event.
It was bigger than I thought it was going to be. They actually announced some pretty decent stuff here.
In my head, I was like, why are they doing that there when they just did Game Fest and then VJ and then I didn't think. Now I'm realizing, oh yeah, it was called Gamescom opening night, whatever. I'm like, opening night, dude. It's like 2 p.m. out here. What are you talking about opening night? It's in UK. I'm ignorant. Yeah. So I'm like 5 hours away. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it now.
Because they're nighttime and then
that was dumb. But so overall, what do you thought about it?
I actually thought it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. They actually had some games that I was actually excited about. Yeah. Some trailers of games that I've been, wanting to try. Mm-hmm. I will say, I'm sure you must have some kind of opinion on it because they kind of started off with this. DualSense Edge.
I didn't see that. That was in the beginning, wasn't it?
Yes. I'll explain what that is.
Okay.
So pretty much what that is you know how Xbox had their Elite customizable controller?
Oh, you talk about the controller.
This is
Okay, yeah, I see
This is their version.
They're playing catch up. And I personally, I'm not a pro like that with gaming, so I don't see a market on that.
I think it's cool though.
It's cool. That's cool.
Like they have that now you can get your own customized.
What's weird is I thought, I'm like, ooh, new surprising. Now the way shouts out to Jeff Keighley, by the way, but the way he pushed it out there, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so epic. Oh, it was just a controller. I'm like, I thought it was something
good.
to do with
That's good.
VR. I was waiting for VR and a price point.
We'll probably get that later this year. Sony will have their own state of play for it. I'm sure.
Well, we have a technical announcement for the date. It's not really new. It's not really news because they just announced it like 2 or 3 hours before it even happened.
Yeah.
But not a firm date, but a window, which is I think February 2023.
It was kind of like leaked, so Sony didn't confirm it, so we don't know for sure this is gonna happen.
But I anticipated more on that. But go ahead.
But yeah, other than that, there was some like really good games. I mean, they showed more gameplay of Callisto Protocol, which I'm super excited about.
And because I had to attend a game for my son, and we won, so that's great, fantastic. But there was a lot of videos that I wanted to show him because there is a date of Sega, Sonic Frontier.
And did you see the trailer
that
for it?
That looked good.
Why didn't they show that? Why didn't they show that trailer? That trailer would have been perfect.
Push that water to the side. I do not need any liquid thing.
That would have been perfect. They should. It was going fast. It was Sonic. It was doing his running through everything. Gorgeous sceneries.
Yep.
And then and we got a date. Was it November?
I thought it was October.
No.
Come on now.
No.
November 8th. Probably November 8th. That I recall. I could totally launch my my browser, but I'm not trying to do that right now. You don't remember the date?
I did. Oh, November 8th. That was right.
Cool. November 8th.
Yes, that was right. I was like,
this year, which is fantastic.
That's what I said. It comes out this year. Mm-hmm. And like I said, with everything the way it was, and of course there was some little news thing which couldn't find with this one, that it was they weren't gonna budge. It was gonna come out this year.
Yeah.
and it's 100% happening. And now we got the true dates.
Let's just hope it's 80% done.
I'm hoping it's good.
Instead of 50% done.
It looks good from the trailer.
Yeah. I hope there's a lot of things to do.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Because it looks all lush and big and open world, but if you're very limited, then it's going to be a linear experience at the end of the day. Another game that came out that was hilarious. Goat Simulator 3.
Oh my god, it was so over the top of it.
I've only seen half of the trailer. I'm like, I have to see it.
I was laughing.
You get to customize your goats, bro.
Yep, you get to customize it with different kind of outfits and stuff. And did you notice you could play as different animals too?
So dope.
I saw sharks. I saw I think I saw a pig, and I saw like a rhino. I thought. And I was like, what the heck is going on?
I cannot wait to have endless stupid fun with Goat Simulator 3. My kids are gonna love it. It's gonna be hilarious.
Now,
There's another one that is not kid friendly, but I think it was probably the best game that I've seen. It's unfortunate.
Is it the one?
But
that
it's the most raw game, but the most anticipated, in my opinion.
Which one? Because it might be the same one I'm thinking about too.
High of Life.
Yes.
Is that High on Life?
Oh, High on Life. No, that's another. I'm thinking about another game. But High on Life is actually.
What game are you thinking about?
Lies of P.
Oh no, that was okay. Whoa, that's great.
So let's talk about High on Life.
Let's talk High on Life because it's hilarious.
And then
when he pulled out the knife, and the knife started sadistically yelling at the boss of what it wanted to do, lost me. I'm like, I want.
And the gun was talking too,
talking,
doing like they.
But the knife though threw me all off, and it's vulgar. It's not for the kids, and if you find your child playing it, you need to have a one-on-one because that is not.
It's going to be on Xbox Game Pass, so that's
good. That's going to be fantastic.
I'll definitely be able to play that because I can play it on my phone.
Yep, and if you're fans of Rick and Morty and the season and all that stuff, they are the voice actors and the behind the scenes of that game.
Rick's voice was the knife.
Yeah.
And Morty's voice was the gun.
Yep. So
I recognize the voice.
Smosh Games, I think that's their production, and they're the ones that made High on Life. So I cannot wait for that. Now let's jump into Lies of P.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna show the wife this because I didn't even realize. I heard about, mind you, I'm watching this while I'm on the road, so I'm hearing it.
And you know what's
trying
weird?
not to watch it.
It's
and when I'm
based
hearing it, I'm
on
like,
Pinocchio.
Yeah, I'm like Disney. What do you mean Disney? I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is the? It's like, you know how when they take a childhood type of game
and turn
childhood
it dark.
Yeah, like a childhood book and turn it into a dark movie. It's literally taking a childhood and making a dark game.
It's a Soulsborne type of game.
It looked good too.
It looked good. I was shocked. I was shocked by it.
But how could they do that if that's a Disney product though?
Well, the thing is, it's not Disney because the original Pinocchio story was a grim tale story. The original Pinocchio story was back in the 1800s.
That was traumatizing.
So Lies of P, babe, is like a traumatizing game. I have to show you that, babe.
Yeah. So this version, not the Disney.
Because all these kids are going, look, Mom, it's the new Pinocchio game. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure. Sure it is.
No. This is not. But all I'm saying, it looked good.
It does.
It looks
good.
Fun. It looks like you're battling
it's
and
like the whole
blood and it's fine. Oh my god.
I would.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna play this.
So that was a surprising title that was shown off.
That's what I was saying. That was one of the surprise. I was like, because I was like, Pinocchio game.
I'm saying,
what the heck
you
is
Pinocchio,
this?
you're like, all right, whatever, Disney, fine.
And then I saw the trailer that was on the phone with the customer at the time. I was like,
you totally forget you forget what Pinocchio is. You just look and you're like, this is a good game, and then you realize it's Lies of P. You're like, what?
It's a Soulsborne game, but with Pinocchio.
Wow. So shouts out to whoever that made that, but it looked great. It looks gorgeous. It looks nice, and hopefully it tells the proper tale of the 1800s type of story.
I'm excited about
what
that.
else games that you wrote down?
Yeah, because we don't have no date on that. It comes out next year.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about that.
Oh my god, I hope it comes out. Oh no, we don't talk about that. That's news.
Let me see. I know there's a new new Tales of Borderlands coming out.
Yeah, that's
which I'm actually pretty excited about.
Adds humor to it.
That's the thing. It's a humorous game. It's a side game of the Borderlands. It's not like an actual thing of the Borderlands. Yep. But it's good that they're really and it comes out this year, which came out of nowhere.
That's good.
I was not expecting that.
Lovely that they're coming out this year.
The main ones are coming out this year, and there's some coming out next year.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Gotham Knights, they showed a new thing, and
came sooner than
4 days sooner.
4 days sooner. So that's good because it's always usually
October 21st.
Usually a week pushed out or months pushed out. So that's good.
Now I will say something that was weird. The Hideo Kojima announcement.
God,
that was just
dumb.
weird. I was like, I don't know why they even have that in
That
there.
was dumb. Like, he souped it up. I'm like, oh, is this gonna be like something?
A new
to do with
game?
Silent Hill,
Is this what the
game?
new thing is? Like, he's working with Microsoft? Like, no, he's releasing a podcast.
So it was dry, dude. Now I bet you they're probably waiting for VGA. I hope, but that was dry.
Yeah, so he's releasing a podcast, which
That was dumb.
okay, I guess.
Yeah, I totally missed it. I couldn't hear it. Obviously, no, I heard it, but
he was
speaking in his
you
native
can't
language,
exactly
and I
read
can't see the subtitles.
while you're driving.
So,
the thing I will say, which was pretty cool in my opinion, even though I'm not the biggest fan of how it looked, but I like the whole aspect of it. The Mini Cooper and Pokemon.
wait,
thing.
yes, that was weird
It was weird.
and cool.
Yeah, because it's all electric.
It's electric, partnered with Pikachu.
Well, the thing is, it's an electric vehicle. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
yep.
But I like the fact they had like the Pikachu thing. They had a Bulbasaur thing, which is one they showed
Yeah.
off.
Well,
was the
yeah,
Bulbasaur looking
I didn't
one.
really pay attention to the actual car, just the animation.
And
they
you
showed
can
off.
actually play games on it.
Which is
Hopefully
weird.
not driving, because that's not safe.
It's not promoting any driving safety. Yeah.
But I will say, look cool.
It said, here's what I was, when you watch that and you see the announcement, it mentions that your gaming console. Didn't really specify exactly what console.
The first thing I thought was Switch.
That's the first thing because it's Pokemon, but
That's the first thing I thought.
maybe you could get themes from other games, or because I think it's just based not on. He says console, but maybe he could have meant the credentials of your login, and maybe you can change. Maybe you can hook up a green layout or a blue layout, or just only Nintendo Switch specific game layout. That is kind of. I would like to read and dive into a little bit more, but I do like how the shifter is the actual like Pikachu. Like it's pretty, that's pretty cool, man.
Like I said, it was pretty cool the other day. It is electric, which is cool.
Yeah,
I like that fact.
I wonder what size battery. Do you have that info?
No,
they
they
didn't get into that?
didn't go into
See, I like
detail.
to look into
they
that.
didn't talk into much detail about that. But
They
we'll get
spoke
to
about
that.
the novelty and how customizable we can have with the car, which is fantastic. It's pretty cool. It's cool.
Another game that I got excited about personally because I love the series, Outlast Trials.
Yeah.
So excited
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that game because I'm a huge fan of the Outlast series because it's such a good horror type of game and it looks brutal.
I didn't get to see the trailer.
I loved how it
Probably
looked. So
what other ones?
I'm
we got?
personally excited, but no release date on that yet. What else would they show? I know they showed some other ones.
Yeah, they showed a couple.
Lords of the Falling, which looked like a pretty
Yeah,
decent
yeah.
game. Let me see. Goat Simulator Reroll. Oh,
God, Simulator, that's so funny. You get to customize your Go, bro.
exactly. I was like laughing
Dude,
at
you
that
kidding?
one.
That was funny.
What was it? Pinocchio Racer.
Come on.
Atlas Fallen, which was the action, massively open world game, which came
Yeah.
out of nowhere. It was a newly announced game.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
That one looked interesting.
You know what I found weird about that game though? It had less environment, more of sand.
That's what it seemed like.
So
It was
it
a lot.
looked
It was
super
like,
gorgeous, but not.
you know what's funny?
happening
At
around
first,
there.
I was like, "This is not Forspoken, is it?"
Yeah,
At first, I was
there's a lot
thinking
of-
that because the chick kind of looked like her.
a lot of dust pickup that I've noticed. I'm like, it looks pretty, but like that's the only graphical intense thing I see on the screen currently.
Yeah.
So I'm like, meh.
It
Until I
was
see
meh.
more, then I'll be excited.
Exactly. It was like meh, but it looked
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say
yeah.
that. Oh, there was one funny one. It's by the same makers who did Subnautica, Moonbreaker. It's literally minifigures moving around doing like RPG elements type of things. And you know how the little minifigures you get to paint them and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
You could do that in the game too.
That's pretty cool.
It was really out there because Subnautica, the whole point of that game is you're underwater.
Yeah,
and then
I remember
they
he
did
was
this
talking
game.
about the interview. And he's like, He's like, it's funny. The developer, he's just like, yeah, we're just trying something, but
Every game they do,
Whatever.
it's always something totally different.
he's trying it and they're doing it, and I hope they get successful.
The game looked. I probably wouldn't play it, but it looked fun.
Yeah.
And then they ended it off with a game that was been announced like freaking like 10 years ago.
It was so long. I didn't know about this epicness. So when it happened, I was like, oh, okay.
And then it was finally announced that Dead Island 2 is finally going to come out February 3rd. The game trailer was pretty funny. It was brutal, but pretty funny.
Yeah, brutal.
And then they show gameplay, which brutal. But
You know
it's
what
a zombie. It's a zombie game, of course.
But
it
you know
is
what I
going
thought
to be.
though? I thought he was gonna announce GTA 6. because I was waiting a long time. I'm like, oh, and then when you see the guy sitting on the couch, I was like, is this still graphic? Are you what? And then like when I see zombies, I'm like, okay, no, Left 4 Dead. Maybe some and then Dead Island. I'm like, I remember that game, you know, like
because Dead Island 2 was announced a long time ago, but it just kept getting delayed, delayed, and then just stopped talking about it for a while. Then out of nowhere, it just came out today. I was like,
so that's all we have for Gamescom. Right? Yeah. Again, it just happened today, and we clearly got caught off guard by it. So
yeah, because I was not expecting it. I was just like, okay,
yeah, so, okay. What was the one that? Because you did the pictures, so Alanis did most of the pictures. So let's go with this. Speaking of delays.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's a huge image. No, it's just the nature of the beast. It happens. It's not you. I mean, if all these pictures become really huge, then yes, it is you. But right now,
I picked the one I saw first.
No, well, you had a lot of responsibility today, and I do apologize. But as you can see, guys, it is somebody with a lightsaber. I can't really depict who's holding it, but it's a lightsaber. I'm thinking it could be.
It's the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake.
So, previous episodes ago, probably 3 or 4 episodes ago, we had a breaking news of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake for the PS5 exclusive, was randomly delayed indefinitely because the 2 major developers were done. Either got fired or left. Whatever the case is, indefinite, game over, oh my God, that's a big deal, whatever. Today we've learned that they actually got picked up by another studio under the same company.
Mm-hmm.
It's the parent company of the studio.
It's one
Empowered something, but the studio, what's his name?
Saber Interactive.
Saber Interactive.
It's one of their Eastern European studios.
Yeah, so they will be taking the reins of that actual game itself. So that is good news.
Yeah, the thing is, because Aspire was the one who was originally doing it. The issue was they had it taken away because Sony and Disney, the ones who were in charge of this, was not pleased with what they were doing. So that's why they had to bring it to another team, and that's why those people who got fired and why it got delayed indefinitely, because they want to make sure when they release this game, because you know how epic this game was when it first came out.
Yep.
It's literally one of the best Star Wars games out there.
And you're talking about big wigs like Sony that runs productions and movies and the like, so they have the idea and they have great
and this is Disney, and you know how Disney wants perfection with their stuff, because you know Disney owns Star Wars now.
Yep. So
now they have to make sure that they don't care how long it's going to take for it to come out, because if you're going to do it, because they're basically remaking it from the ground up.
Yep.
Because remember, this game came out in what, 2002?
Yeah, 2002.
So this is 20 years ago. So graphics are much different from back then than it is now. So they need
to make sure this game is going to be coming out and it's going to be popping with minimum bugs.
So at least we know we got to develop. We don't know when's it coming out though. It's most likely not coming out next year.
Yeah, no.
Most likely not. Maybe 24.
Maybe.
I'm thinking more 25.
Probably end of 2024. 2025. Who knows?
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely gonna take some time.
Do you have the Battlefield one on there?
Oh no.
No, I didn't put it on there.
Oh, because I didn't see it on the thing. So.
No, because that's another game that. Well, it just got announced that, which is funny because I just took a survey, of random survey that sounded.
That's because
weird.
You're a player of the game. So
well, yeah, because so Battlefield 2042. That's what we're talking about. There's no picture, unfortunately, but it was very briefly. We wanted to discuss that because Battlefield gave me a survey. It's like a 5-minute survey you're gonna take it and literally ask, what do you think about the specialist that you choose? I'm like, I don't give a crap about that.
A lot of people were wanting it though. I know that.
No,
it seemed like
I know what you're talking about, but you're saying it in the wrong. I'm talking about the actual avatar you choose.
Oh, okay.
They asked me, how would you like to? What do you think about this character? I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think about the character aesthetic of this? I'm like, I don't care. Then they said, do you feel they play a big part into the selection that you have? I'm like, no. And then they said, what kind of class do you play? So
that was what I'm talking about, class.
So then I'm like, okay. And I'm like, why did they ask me all this weird stuff? Whatever. It felt like it was like a scam. Today they just announced that 6-minute development of their season 2 that's coming out is going to have, I'm not going to dive into most of it, but they have updated maps for layouts, so it makes it more close quarters combat and whatever the case is. But mainly is bringing out the specialty, getting rid of the specialist class and putting in the traditional classes that we're all used to in shooters.
Which that's what people wanted.
Yeah, and it's funny because I played Battlefield and I really didn't care. I didn't notice that was a problem.
There's a lot of people who do though.
And then when I watched the 6-minute trailer, I'm like, oh, I get it now. Because before, as it stands right now, you choose you choose a person. That person has special whatever, and then you could choose, assault. Assault, engineer, sniper, and medic. You choose those, and then you could choose your character. Your character had certain abilities, whatever. Apparently, nobody didn't like that. I personally, I guess I cared because I really did get annoyed that I had to choose this lady for a medic. I want to be a medic, but I want the parachutes. Only one lady has the glide, not a parachute, but the glide. Yeah. Only one lady has. I never use that lady because that lady sucks. I wanted a medic because I wanted a medic. I wanted to run,
but now you
get my teammate, and go. And now they switched it back to what it is for every other shooter, especially in Battlefield 2. Exactly. You'll choose your character, and then you'll set your class as I'll choose this character that has these perks, but then have a medic stat.
I never played those type of games, but it seems like that's something that should have been there in the beginning.
You choose a specialist. That character will have a perk and something that benefits that character, and at the same time, and then you have that, and then you can choose assault, engineer, medic, or sniper. That's what it's supposed to be. Battlefield tried to do something different, and they listened to the feedback, and I think the feedback wasn't like people were saying, we don't like it. They're just like, what you're trying to capture, we didn't like it all, and we don't really give a crap. And they're like, okay, we'll just switch back to normal. So that's fine. That update's coming around September, I think. Yeah, I think so. But you could go online, check it out. I messaged it and sent it off in Twitter, so I did comment on it at that point. So I think it's in September, but that was brief. Now let's talk about. Yeah, let's do this. You only got one for the PS5?
Yeah.
For both topics?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go and dive into that because since we're talking about Star Wars and it is a PS5 time exclusive. Now this got me mad in a way. PlayStation. What do you have written so we can start it off?
Okay, well I have the whole.
Because Sony's been in the news and.
Well, let's talk about the one from last week with the whole.
Because I have my.
What do you have?
The fact that.
Yeah, because I have the one that they're getting sued, but yeah.
Yeah. We could. Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay.
You'll see where I'm going with this, and this is more of a rant because I don't understand how fanboys could be so quick. Okay. Any fanboydom. Okay. It could be Magic the Gathering. It could be Yu-Gi-Oh. It could be Xbox. It could be PlayStation. It could be Nintendo. Where one thing happens small but negative, and they just go ham. So this is what it bothered me. I was like, y'all are.
Because first of all, it's not that serious.
Because we had the issue, or by we meaning mainly me, with Stadia. I was anticipating Stadia to be great. You're like, it's done, game over. But I was more vocal about how it's declining, and you're just looking at me like I told you so. But I'm getting jumped by the Stadia community, and still messaging me like they're still going strong for 1,000 games. No, stop. It's gonna be done. But their whole fan base is like one little small trailer, one little logo on a TV. They are quick to get on me and tag me and just go in on me. And a polite man, I give Stadia their due of being polite, but passive aggressive at the same time. Xbox and PlayStation are very petty. Very petty. When Microsoft Activision, Xbox is flexing in front of the mirror that they got all these titles, and they go not realizing they had to buy to get those first party titles. But I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And I rocked with Xbox first. Well, when they got the onlines, but I have my PlayStation. But PlayStation, from the bottom up, has like movie first party titles. Okay, so they go back and forth. They're very toxic. Yesterday actually was an announcement that Sony's facing a class action lawsuit for $7.5 billion. Is that what it is? Some stupid amount. How much was it?
I believe it was like.
It's got to be 7 point something.
No, it was like 3 point something.
3 point something? I swear it was 7.5. God, man, your notes are everywhere, huh? You usually are spot on today.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's all over the place.
Yeah, but if I look, I'll probably find it.
Oh, I don't think I wrote down the amount.
Oh, stupid.
I forgot to write down the amount. It was a high amount.
It's an absurd amount.
But the thing is,
3.25.
it's only in the UK.
Yeah.
This is getting done in the UK British legal system.
Yep.
It was filed by the Competition Appeal Tribunal.
Yep.
It was done in August 19th.
Yep.
They are saying because Sony is charging a 30% extra fee on the digital purchases made on the UK PlayStation Store.
Okay. So...
And they're saying that they are doing this, that they've been knowing to do this, that they need to stop. 5.5 billion.
5.5 billion?
Yes.
Or 3.5? Okay. Let's just stick with 5. We don't have it in front of our faces, but right now we're gonna stick to it. It's a big absurd ass number.
Yeah, it's something like absurd. They're never gonna get it.
The first they're never gonna get it. It's a class action lawsuit. That's literally collective, and they'll probably settle it and call it a day. But here's what the Xbox and others are now saying because of this class action lawsuit, which they're probably so big on thinking this is gonna go through. They're like, oh, the game's gonna cost $75 because they have to drop the price to the consumer because they're facing a lawsuit of 7.5. Shut up. What are you talking about? If the price of the game is going to go up an additional $5 from the $7 price point, it's not because of the lawsuit. It's based on inflation. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So, relax, okay? We're not going to sit here. I will laugh if the Microsoft Activision doesn't go through. Then we can have our, but that's a major acquisition that would fail. But there's they're petty.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're just trying to because they're saying that Sony dominates the digital distribution of the PlayStation games and the game contents. Mm-hmm. So they're saying because of that, they feel like they have like a monopoly. Mm-hmm. So that's why they are charging over their 30% extra because they know they got the customer by the. Was the lack of better term by the balls. Yeah. So they feel like that's why they're doing this lawsuit in the first place.
Well, they will get away. They could, in fact, go through with this class action, but not for that amount.
No, the amount is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, as soon as I saw the amount, I was like, no.
And they're not going to be raising their prices of $75 because of a class action lawsuit.
Exactly.
Stop it.
And the funny thing is, this is very similar to what happened. And I know you could attain to this because you've been following this when it first came out. Yeah. When Epic Game was against Apple for what Apple was doing the whole 30%.
That's what I'm saying. They went through it, so they got pushed through, and Apple has to play nice. We get it.
Exactly.
So it will be the same way with PlayStation, but not for the amount of billions of dollars.
No, even Apple and Epic Game didn't ask for things like that.
Yeah, dude. So kill that noise.
Yeah. So I was like.
And then another Sony thing, another part was the VR that we talked about.
Oh, I didn't talk.
The VR is leaked-ish, maybe, for February of next year. So,
that's what they're saying, but it wasn't 100% confirmation.
But it won't be this year. Let's not even anticipate it. It won't be this year. It'll be next year. But take the time. It's gonna look good. I think it's gonna be great.
I just want to know what the price is. That's all I want to know is the freaking price.
Yeah, well, the Quest raised up 100, so I bet you.
That's what I'm saying.
They probably raised it knowing that people are gonna buy the Quest to find the other opportunity from PlayStation, because those who look at the PlayStation VR 2, they need a PlayStation 5. Guess where they go to? Well, the Quest has a lot more games on PlayStation 5, and you can get that without a system. So might as well get that. So they said, "Oh, we'll just raise the price and just blame inflation." Sick. All right. What's another one that we got here? We talked about Sonic Frontiers. Do you want to bring up a picture and talk about it?
We already talked about it.
Yeah. What's that?
Last of Us.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
So, HBO Max did their little real trailer to show. They always show this before the fall because that's when a bunch of new shows are coming out, and like future projects and stuff. And they finally, it was a 20-second clip, but it was something, they showed off The Last of Us.
And the only reason why I heard about this HBO Max 2-minute trailer, what's to come, just because of the 20 minutes of The Last of Us.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. I looked at it, I was like, damn.
It was like right at the end. It was like, I was like,
oh, this look good.
It looks exactly like the game.
Yeah, dude.
The characters, like, literally, Pedro Pascal looks like Joe.
Yeah.
Bella Ramsey, that's the actor who plays Ellie, looks like Ellie.
Yeah,
and I'm like, ooh, they're looking good. And the atmosphere looks good.
Sony's
the way things are looking
yeah.
looks good. Well, you gotta remember, the creator of this game is producing this.
That's what I'm saying,
so
bro.
he's actually going to keep it to how the game is and how it's supposed to be. You know what? If this is good,
if this
is
on,
what they need
this
to
has
do.
To happen. Yep.
This is what they need to do. Get the developers of the actual games into the producing and directing of the TV show. You'll actually get good shit.
And it all depends if the director wants to do that or if it's a part of their contract or whatever the case is. But just continuously do that. Be consistent because you'll have true adaptations from games to movies.
Exactly. Because for the most part, let's be real, movie games, as movies based off the games, are bad.
An example,
for the most part.
Example, which it was good, but it was its own separate story. Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Resident Evil took the name, and we're not talking about the recent one that came out.
No.
I heard that one actually is true. Ish. He will talk to you more about
I'm a Resident Evil fan, so I'm very picky with that.
But the previous Resident Evil movies that came out,
they were not Resident Evil movies.
They
were action films.
Yeah, they took the name, made an action film, made their own separate story, but nothing from the core of Resident Evil.
No.
Now imagine doing that now, getting the director from Resident Evil and
make an actual horror film,
yep.
and not like the Raccoon City one, which that was an awful one.
Yeah.
The one that came out, it was earlier this year or late last year. I forgot exactly, but that was awful.
Yeah.
So we need someone someone from Capcom who worked on the Resident Evil. Put him into the director's seat, or at least put him in the producer's seat to watch over the director, and make a good movie. Because I don't know, like I said, maybe it's too soon for me to say all this yet because it doesn't come out until next year, and we just saw our 20th. But so far, everything is looking good.
Looks very promising, and let's hope it continues that way. That's all we can
I'm excited about it. I can't wait to come down.
But this was something that was very highly anticipated to watch, and I bet you a lot of the people have seen that, and only for that.
Literally, my roommates were like, it just popped out. I was like, oh shit! I was like, I had to watch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
We were all looking at the other shows. I'm like, all right, fine. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's fine. That's how it was.
I was so excited.
That's good. So that was shown off.
Yeah, because I got a huge fan of the game, so I can't wait until
some form of visuals for that. So that's good. What is this?
Oh, that was when Xbox was like, oh my god, but Sony's doing better than
So to save
face,
like
so much money.
Yeah. Oh my god. What Sony's is what is it? They have the dominant marketplace.
Exactly.
The whole world, but not us.
Not us. So that's why we can have Activision, because we still won't be big. We won't be big.
And then a lot of people, again, this toxic fan base, they go, oh, Xbox is a monopoly, and then they had a graph, and it showed Empower Group, and it showed all the games. I'm like, yeah, but that's not a console. That's a developer company with developers. They all make games for the consoles. We're talking about the gateway to get those studios to make games is what we're talking about. Not by video game studios, you nitwit. I'm just saying. Yeah. That makes no sense.
And the other thing was Microsoft was actually accusing PlayStation for trying to, not have the multiple games into the Xbox game.
To sabotage.
And they're saying it's not true.
It's not true, but they said that because Sony wants a cut. They're there to make money. They got successful with the Epic with Fortnite. So if you were following the Epic versus Apple saga and whatnot, in the court documents, it came out that Sony has an agreement with Epic and the Fortnite franchise that anybody that has a PlayStation Network username and playing on another platform and they buy stuff, Sony gets a cut out of that purchased item in game if they use their PlayStation account. They are trying to do the same thing in Rocket League that plays in other ones. Because if you're going to use the PlayStation and facing others because they're using that bandwidth and they want to cut. They want some revenue, some way, somehow.
Exactly.
Probably pulled it to Xbox, and Xbox took that and made a whole blanket statement of saying they're trying to make sure they can restrict
exclusive
users,
contracts, adding content only on the PlayStation, you're not on the Xbox, blah, blah, blah.
Well, Microsoft's going to do the same thing. If this gets approved, they're going to turn Call of Duty into That's what you're talking about.
Like, I mean, what the heck? Xbox is going to be like, yes, you can have your contract for Call of Duty for the next 3 years, but after that, it's mine.
It's cute how literally a Microsoft company is trying to downplay their big ass purchase to a company that's been doing gaming for quite some time with hardcore first party titles, and saying that they have 9-10 first party titles, Sony?
Yeah.
And they're saying their monopoly off that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They can use the digital excuse of the digital store UK, but
Xbox has a lot of ton of first parties, and with the Activision thing,
not a lot, but with Activision, it's a whole other thing. They have to buy to be successful.
Yeah, because they're going to get Call of Duty.
Yeah,
and you know how big that is.
And that's it. And you could just say it's Call of Duty. That's it. But they will have Overwatch. Mm-hmm. They will have, and when a knocking gets approved, that's fine. But the fact that you have to buy a company to get all those hardcore games, not to mention if the games are going to come out, will they still last because their model is Game Pass, and you know how that pay structure gets. All that work and they don't get enough pay, or maybe they get layoffs come in. That's what the DOJ has to look at, because remember, again, the FTC did approve it. The DOJ needs to review it.
Exactly.
So the DOJ is looking to see how many jobs are going to be affected in the long run after
the DOJ is probably going to take a while to look at it.
Yeah. But
because they're still saying this deal is probably not going to go 100% through if it goes through.
No, right now you already got Microsoft trying to downplay so the DOJ can play comfy with it. Like, come on now. And then the lady from FTC, she went ahead and denied some small ass acquisition, but then wants to, green light this big ass purchase. It's not consistent. There's no consistency. So we just gotta play it by ear. But the fact that Xbox is pulling some stupid kind of shadiness, downplaying, bro, you are a big company.
Exactly.
And yes, buying it, Activision Blizzard / King. We forget King. Buying those three and seeing King, and that's Candy Crush, and they're gonna own that, dude. Listen, that's a big deal.
Exactly.
So don't sit here and try to downplay and say that Sony's big and bad, where in fact, after this acquisition, Microsoft will just turn everything around, which the Xbox fan base is waiting for that, because they're sick and tired of just getting reamed on about just Xbox, Rare, and what other big title and Gears.
Gears, yeah.
I'm in a generation where I just remember the big hardcore titles that moved the Xbox name was Halo, and then if it wasn't Halo, it was Gears. It was always flip-flop.
Exactly.
The Call of Duty was always sold on all platforms, but it jumped ship to PlayStation to Xbox. The PlayStation to It's always done that. Now they have Sea of Thieves. They got Rare, so the Doom, they have that. They can release anything.
You mean Bethesda?
Is it Bethesda's Doom? Yep, so
yeah,
Bethesda.
Doom. And of course they have the new Skyrim's coming out.
So they have titles now.
Elder Scrolls.
But by a purchase, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It wasn't something that they got, when they invested into it,
exactly.
What's next? What's this? That's the
EA, the one where FIFA, they actually love it.
What is? Oh, nah, shut up. Are you serious? They said that they actually love this game?
No, the people are saying, EA is saying that FIFA players love the loot box system. Remember that?
And they probably do, because they're probably they don't know that they don't understand it.
So EA,
I feel they're preying on their ignorance.
So EA had a recent little interview with Eurogamer, and EA is saying that FIFA player actually love the loot box system. We wholeheartedly believe that the Ultimate Team and the FUT pack, which has been part of the game for more than a decade, and part of FIFA, that these are what the players love.
Oh my God!
They literally said that.
As long as they're making money, they're gonna say they love it.
Exactly, and they say that they love it.
Believe them. I can't believe them.
The new FIFA game is gonna have these things on it.
They're forced to do it. Dude.
And they're saying that people just love it, and people are also able to earn the things through just playing the game itself.
Yeah, okay.
But they like to give customers the option in order to buy it too.
Yeah, make it really easy for them to do it.
Do you understand this is how this is bad for gambling addicts and for people who like to do things like that?
You can get it with
the
grind, but why not just spend the money and get it now?
Exactly.
And then when you buy it and get it now, you don't know if you're going to get what you wanted. That's crazy, man.
They say it encourages people to play and earn the packs, but they can also buy the packs. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, no, I'm sorry. People are going to take the shortcut and are going to buy the packs. And that's how you create problems.
Yep.
Because they want to keep buying the thing, because obviously this thing is not cheap. You know, EA, this is how they make most of their money, is through this game, through this buying thing, because people love buying the things. Apparently, what they call the whales, which is the people who spend a lot of money on those type of microtransactions.
Whales?
Whales, yeah.
That's not right.
It's not whales as in big, it's whales as in, I don't know why. I'm not 100% sure where it came from, but I know people who spend a lot of money on microtransactional games are called whales. And they love, and EA loves those people because they spend so much money on these type of games.
That's so wrong.
Exactly. It's preying on
That's a slur.
It's preying on
I feel whale. You know, when you said that to me, I feel like whales are like the fat, rich, pompous guys that spends money. I'm here to go and spend all this because I want, and it's big and large. That's what I think. Whale. You tell me a whale. If I spend so much on because I don't care, it's just a whale.
But yeah,
it could be wrong. I gotta look that up. That's terrible.
But yeah, people who spend a lot of money on things are called whales.
Maybe because nothing to do with the cologne, because don't they get they get rich? Isn't it whales or what other fish?
I think it's like
and they get the guts to make perfume.
That's the whales, and wow, you described that way badly.
Right?
But yes,
what, babe? Oh, there's something.
It's from Wales, yes.
Yeah, right?
But God,
they
the way you describe it.
on that thing.
That's not how it happens. That's just what movies. That's what movies think.
I watched it on YouTube.
They just don't explode just out of random.
Do they implode? Do they make the whale swallow it or put it into the guts and then 3, 2, 1? And all the chunks fly, and then they go get the chunks, they farm it?
That's not how that works.
I don't think 10 people hop on the whale and start, you know what I'm saying? And then and pull it. It's got to be a way. Dude, I'm so right. They set bombs on that thing.
I don't think they set bombs.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna probably Twitter and
What are you talking about?
How do they farm? What is the main chemical? Well, I mean, we kind of know what it is. I'm just trying to word it correctly.
I'm trying to remember what was the name of it.
What do the people do to the whale once they want to farm a certain chemical for perfume? What do they do to the whale to get it?
No idea.
Okay.
So look it up later.
I watched one video and they explode the crap out of a whale.
I don't think that's what they do.
And then they scoop the crap up.
Because there would be so much issues if that was the case.
Years ago, they don't hear about it now. You know what the Fairlife? Oh, do you know this? Side note, and we're just talking right now at this point. You see the shirt? For the first time in my life, I got complimented of this shirt, not because of its humor, because we both know this is just for humor. I was called a vegan.
Oh God, so offensive.
Somebody came up to me.
I would be so offended by that.
And luckily, I didn't have a Burger King burger on me or purchasing a meat when I was approached and was saluted. A lady came up. She was like, "I love that shirt, vegan life," and walked away. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Bitch, I'm about to get me Wendy's. What you talking about? What do you mean?" But then I realized, look at my shirt. I'm like, oh, okay.
Because it says "meat is murder."
Yeah. Quick, hide the evidence. She just read the big text, "meat is murder," and was like, "It is vegan." Sorry for you vegans out there, my bad, but
yeah, we're not bad. I personally couldn't do it, but I'm not right.
And I don't.
I respect you guys.
And I got the shirt from you, right?
I think I bought it for you.
So like, shouts out to Elena.
Yeah, I bought that for you. I forgot which convention I bought that for.
So it's the fact that like I got complimented for this for the kind of wrong reason.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Anywho,
I would be so offended if I get called that.
Talk about whales exploding and then talk about vegan, so that's why I mentioned it. So, all right. Oh yeah, again, I was going to mention again, the Fairlife milk. Did you hear about that? You only heard it once. They beat the crap out of moose and cows and stuff.
Moose?
Yeah, I call them moose.
Really?
What of it? Moose.
You don't call cows moose.
They beat the crap out of moose and stuff.
Oh my God.
They all got uproar and they're like, all right, so the stressed milk you can't get within this time. They started to boycott it. And then they're like, yeah, it's fixed. You don't think it's still happening, dude? Come on. That's what I'm saying. They put C4s on the whale, that big thing, Nuke that thing.
I
and-
honestly don't think
Yeah.
T-Force is what it is. The Final Fantasy 16 one.
Now this is one that caught me off guard,
Yeah.
and I guess I get it. I get it.
So, producer of Final Fantasy 16, he's also produced a couple of other Final Fantasy games. Naoki Yoshida says that the Final Fantasy series is struggling to adapt to current trends.
And I get it.
Yes.
Because the trends are
Way
Battle Pass,
different than how it was back then.
Battle Royale.
That's for sure.
And Final Fantasy released the first soldier on mobile as Battle Royale, and apparently they're not. It's successful, but not as successful. They want something like a big Final Fantasy title to attract the new
Exactly.
gamer, and
So
it's not.
So pretty much what happened was, with Final Fantasy 14, at first it was awful. It was like one of the worst games ever.
Yep.
Then he rebooted it, and now Final Fantasy 14 is like one of the greatest Final Fantasies ever now.
Well,
very popular, still played. Like,
One individual that knows what time it is comes in, and it's a brand new game.
So this is why, remember we spoke about a couple of weeks that this is going to be a much more mature game?
Yeah.
That is why he is doing that.
Yep.
He's trying to make it appeal to more people, trying to get more with the trends.
Yeah.
And that's why he's trying to make this game more mature, make this more darker, make this more people will actually play it.
Okay, is he in charge with the Final Fantasy 16 that's coming out?
Yep, he is. He's in charge of it.
Damn, so he's
So
right.
that's why he's...
This man's right, because if he's saying get with the times, he's probably saying that hones more to adapting to the Western culture, and by that meaning make it literally like a medieval type of setting, but with Final Fantasy character.
Yeah, but he's also said, like I said, he's going to make it more mature, more thing, because those type of games always sell well. God of War, Last of Us,
So what better way to do it is to introduce Western values and bigotry and betrayal.
And he understands that it's going to be difficult to fix all the issues in just one game.
Yeah, of course.
He understands that. He's trying to see if he's able to do that within multiple Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Eventually, try to get the ball rolling and make it more than just the Final Fantasy fans will play the game.
So now we're anticipating not just the remakes as being more vulgar.
No.
The newer editions.
Just something more that other people could play, not just RPG fans or Final Fantasy fans. He wants maybe someone who was playing God of War could maybe try this game out. Maybe someone who knows was playing Call of Duty and wants something different.
Yep, wants a good storyline.
Something like this.
Just don't promote corn like what Dead or Alive tried to do. if you don't know what I'm talking about, kiddies, I'm sorry. Those that are not in the know with Dead or Alive series. Dead or Alive is a fighting game. I wish it still comes out just like how Tekken is. But Dead or Alive was a fighting game, and women there they were fighting, and they have a lot of physics. And then they decided, let's reach a mature audience and release a volleyball version of Dead or Alive. So there's no fighting.
Volleyball.
It's literally just
I can't even say because I played it because I wanted to see how it was.
Yeah,
so.
and we're just it's to the point
it's literally you're just playing volleyball.
If that's your favorite
and just
game,
staring
dude,
at them.
you need to go out a little bit more. That's what I'm saying. But
it's literally you just play volleyball and you just stare at them. Literally, that's all. That's all the game is.
It's dude, really, bro? There's fighting mechanics, not in this game. So don't reach that maturity. Reach a mature storyline.
Something like I said, God of War.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Sometimes God of War is too brutal. Man, the things I did on that, I didn't beat any of the God of Wars, but I played a couple. I'm like, yeah.
I love those games though. That game series is so good.
Because it's all cinematic and nice when you.
That's what I'm saying. It's very cinematic or something.
It's a great.
The blood thing doesn't bother me because I watch horror movies nothing,
yeah.
so that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but I guess and maybe changing the Final Fantasy 14 is a good stepping stone.
Well, yeah,
Final
because
Fantasy
now
16 now is looking really promising.
It does look promising. He's in charge of it, so hopefully that will make the story.
That will prove that he is absolutely.
And if this actually does well and sells well and actually reaches more of a thing they're probably going to put him on charge of all the other Final Fantasies and stuff like that.
Yep.
But it all depends. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
But yeah, he just had to say that. So he said that in an interview recently because he knew that they were struggling because it's not reaching the right.
You put this on there.
Because
what is that now? What is
so
this?
Google is testing this out right now from using the cloud data.
Yes,
that if you search up the game, and if you have the Google Stadia or Luna,
don't say Stadia.
I'm using an example.
You're explaining what Stadia is, just baked into a search bar with connected your
So pretty
username.
much what Google's trying to do is trying to get people. So if they search for like, let's say Tomb Raider for an example, because I know that was one of the examples they showed, you could automatically launch the game from the search bar.
Now there's a bit of a fragmentation with that,
Obviously.
but it is a goal that they're trying to implement. But it does sound very familiar.
Yeah, because right now it's in the testing phase. It's not fully out there yet.
Yeah, they should have done that with Stadia, just testing it.
They
Because that was one of the features
should've.
you do with on YouTube.
They
you go and
should
you search,
have done that.
You go on YouTube and you search a game. You can go and click play, and you can link up with that person right on there.
I remember
on
you
YouTube.
mentioned that on Twitter. Like,
Yep.
this is what they should have done
They should've
with
done
Stadia.
Should have done it at first and test it, and then bring out Stadia. Now you got brought out Stadia, didn't catch wind. Now you're literally bringing it back and releasing bits of pieces of what Stadia was, and promoting it as features that other people could use, but not called Stadia.
So pretty much what they're doing is they're testing it with Luna.
Yep.
They're testing it with GeForce now.
That's
and
an
Stadia.
Xbox
And Stadia.
Stadia.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
And the Xbox Cloud Gaming. They're
what
testing that with
Google
that too.
wants to do is take the Stadia brand and trash it, but take that technology and use it as white glove service to other companies. Other companies don't want to do that. They have their own Luna, Game Pass, PlayStation Now. So who the hell, how could I utilize this when I know there's a market, not intrusive but helpful and enough that maybe down the road we can? Okay, we have the most monopoly in the World Wide Web. Let's put it in a search bar.
Exactly, because everyone Googles everything,
Yeah.
and people love convenience. So if I want to like 2 minutes, and it automatically pops up, you just have to click on it, and boom, it pops up.
Now,
yeah, people like that.
We
Convenience.
have laptops. I don't game on a laptop. I don't know how much gamers on PC besides those that are professionally streaming or have a PC for gaming. That works perfect. But for that search bar to work on TVs and consoles, that's not happening.
No, I think this is mainly for PCs.
And,
I'm assuming.
and tablets.
And tablets.
So if you can go on the Chrome or even Safari for that matter and tie into Google, search it, put it in, then go from there, that could work. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, right now they're all in test phasing. Nothing is like officially out yet.
But
They're
it
just saying-
goes to show that I've been correct, and now look at it now.
And this is what they should have done
Yep.
in the beginning, because
Yep.
if they did this in the beginning, Stadia would not be where it's at right now. If they did this.
If they gradually...
See, Google knows what the heck they're doing. They just need to do it in the right order.
They're doing it, and they don't know how to attack it. They're just literally putting somebody in charge. It's like it's like they try to do everything, do 10 things at once, and out of the 10, maybe one of them survives, because they don't have somebody that passionately put it out there and back it up. They're like, this is a great idea. Let's put this person on. This person can go ahead and guide this and this and this. And then they go, all right, what'd you do? Oh, you didn't do anything? Oh, so you're not going to do this? Well, if you don't do it within the next 6 months, you're going to be game over. And then if that happens, guess what? You're done.
Exactly.
They prioritize it as just business versus passion. That's how I felt. Stadia was rushed, promised, and I was with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, that's going to die. And I'm like, shut up, Outlandish. It's not. And it died. And I called
And
it
I
too.
knew it right
I
away.
called it.
I knew it right away because I
You
knew
said it.
It was too early to do something like this. It's way too early.
And it was 3 months in. I was just like, yeah, they're not pushing it that much. They're not
yeah.
so
And then its release window was awful.
Then the Founders Edition. I'm glad I didn't buy the Founders Edition. The only reason why I was going to is
The
because
control looked good.
Control looked good, and it came with the Destiny expansion pack that I wanted.
Yeah.
Versus spending separate. Like, I resisted getting the expansion packs of Destiny 2 where I could just get one and it had all of them. And Stadia Founders Edition had all of them. I just didn't end up doing it because I was kind of iffy. I was not glad because I would have been an unhappy customer. So wow. So again, another Stadia feature, slowly entering the market. That's not Stadia because they don't want to mention that name anymore.
And I think that's everything.
That is everything, huh? I thought we had a little bit more.
No, it wasn't too much.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Jeez. Well, again, Gamescom, whatever, caught us all off guard. So that was fantastic. It was great.
I loved it.
It was
Like I
good.
said, there was a lot of good games I'm enjoying, and I can't wait for the
Lies of P.
Lies of P. That shocked me, and that looks great.
I want to see that trailer in my TV because I only seen half of it on a small screen.
It looked good. I'm like,
Wow.
it's a Soulsborne game. It's like the Souls game.
Yep.
Like it's like that, but in the world of Pinocchio, apparently.
That's very, very, very weird. But thank you guys for tuning in. Just again, a reminder that we won't be here next week, but follow us on Twitter. We're always going to be active.
Yes,
Putting
active.
out there.
Twitter will be active.
Yes, we're still going to be active. So make sure you follow us on Twitter, as well as hit the notification bell when we're on every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And obviously not next week, but you get the drift. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you guys for checking us out. And if you do not check us out live here right now, check us out on the audio podcast. It's usually uploaded the day after.
Yes.
So you can check us out on the audio podcast as well. Pretty much a summarized episode for you guys. We will have some cuts in some episodes. We're going to kind of cut this episode, put a little tidbits on it. So that's going to be fun, exciting. Check us out. Peace out.
Peace.